Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Subculture Live. I want to start off by introducing Darrell Devor. He will be joining me tonight.
Hello.
And Happy New Year to everybody. I took the probably like the last 2 months of the season off. And if you're reading the comments in the description, one of the things I threw out there was, do promoters and content creators get post-show blues? Darrell,
Um,
do we?
for me, it's a double-edged sword. Yes, I get the blues, but I'm also in a horrific panic that the season is getting ready to start again.
Exactly. So I can understand that. I get the post show blues, because the end of the year is like that's when all of our big flagship shows are. That's when I'm, creating content. I'm capturing content. And to be honest with you, by the end of last year, I was pretty burnt out because you remember it's just me over here. But I will
Yeah.
say that taking that break was just what I needed to get my mind and uh, my creative juices flowing because now I'm sitting on all this incredible content. So you guys be excited because I'm going to be spitting out reels. I'm going to be putting up short consumable content on my YouTube channel that is going to be highlighting all of you. So if I was at a show that you were on stage at, be on the lookout for some fun content. Yeah. And then of course, my live streaming, which brings me to June, which I will
Yes.
be I will be at Darrell's show. I will be at the Florida Pro. Um, but yeah, so it is the new year. Darrell, did you do anything fun over the new year? Anything
Well,
travel, traditions, or?
we had my beautiful daughter, her husband, and my sweet little granddaughter down for Thanksgiving, which was awesome
Awesome.
for a week. So that was my highlight for sure. And other than that, extremely non-eventful, and that is exactly the way we wanted it.
Of course, of
Now, well,
course.
now I heard you. Well, I don't know if it was that widely posted. Took a nice little cruise over the holidays, young lady.
I did, and it was funny because you guys know Georgia was playing as the ball was dropping. That entire cruise ship was like holding their breath, and everybody was like this. Do I watch the game? Do I watch the ball drop? It was hysterical, but it was so fun to be literally in an environment where everybody was thinking and doing the exact same thing. So yeah,
Yeah,
it was a great time. It was just a quick little break with the family because I'm a family of three, so it's easy just to kind of pick up and do something fun like that. But yeah,
yeah, that's awesome. That's
but
awesome.
football. Let's talk about some football. Go Jags!
Go Bolts, bitch. Bolt up. Bolt Nation. Chargers. Let's go, baby.
Hey, I've paid my
We are
dues.
bitter enemy. We are bitter enemies nation. Oh, I've been a beleaguered Chargers fan for my entire life. I know my team is horrible, but I stand by them, by God. So let's just see what
I have to
happens
wave to
next
everybody.
week.
Hi, Lisa. So, um, yeah, okay. So now, okay, it's the closing of 2022. So, Darrell, you guys, you have a lot of meetings. You have a lot of talks with a lot of, with your organization heads. You've had a lot of talks with other organizations. What are some new developments that we can expect to see going into 2023 as it pertains to natural bodybuilding and most importantly to your show, the Florida Pro?
Well, actually, our promoters meeting this year was very eventful and very productive. Um, we are now offering wellness in the
Okay.
NGA, which we're going to be coming online with all the majority of the rest of the national organizations and offering wellness for 2023. And one big thing for me, my show, and the organization is that for 2023, for a 1 year like trial basis, we are for the first time in a very long number of years allowing three brand new natural organizations pros membership into the NGA. So that's very exciting.
That is
Um,
exciting.
Yeah, it's we are going to be allowing membership in for the GBO Naturals,
Okay.
the ANBF, and the USBF.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Some big hitters.
my wife just handed me a hat because my luxurious hair she obviously thinks is tragic. So I'm going to put a show hat on. I'm going to listen to my wife. There we go. I obviously need a haircut. Um, so I will listen to my wife. But yes, the very very exciting. Other than my non-exciting hair, we are allowing membership into the NGA for three organizations, three brand new organizations, pros into the NGA, and obviously for the Florida Pro as well for June. The
Awesome.
only stipulations are you must have won your pro card in a class of five or more,
Okay.
and or an overall
Okay.
of five people or more. And when you submit for your NGA Pro card, you must just forward over your most current urinalysis results.
Hey, what Joe just said, I cannot wait to see some ANBF pros up on your stage. And I'm not sure if I should say this, but I'm gonna leave it out there. There is one big ANBF pro that I know
Oh,
is competing at your
oh, I
show.
know, I
Um,
know.
yes, who has already purchase their NGA Pro card so that you guys got to hang out for that big announcement. But
Yep.
they have heard it has gotten out, and AMBF Pros, let's go, let's come to Florida.
Hey, listen, and I tub stumped and pontificated for this for 2 years.
Yes.
And these were the three organizations that reached out to me personally the most, having
Mm-hmm.
interest in my show.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be able to be as inclusive as I could, and the organization agreed. So listen, ANBF, GBO, Naturals, and USBF, if you're a pro, get that NGA Pro card this year because once you've got it, you're always an NGA Pro.
That's awesome. That's
So
incredible.
once you've got it, you're always an NGA pro, and we'd love to have you this June. And also, um, there's some big things for the organization, down the line, as well that we could talk about later.
Yeah, yeah. Talk. Let's talk about some positive changes that took place in 2022 and that are going to be carrying over into 2023. And some of those positive changes, obviously, from what I saw, from me looking in, right, is the athletes really coming together as a solid group and being heard. That was a huge move that I saw happen last year. It wasn't people publicly griping or complaining or, being negative. It was a lot of positivity. It was a lot of athletes communicating through backdoor channels and finally being heard, coming together and being heard. And some really cool changes, I think, have come out of that. I'm going to just name two big ones. One, the OCB dropped their ban on their pros. Right, they're now free to compete wherever they want, as much as they want, as long as they are staying up to par on all of the drug testing and
Yes.
requirements of that side. So I think that's huge because there's so many quality athletes over there. And then why don't you tell us another change that's going to be happening in the NGA in regards to the NGA universe this year?
Well, finally coming on board, one of the big positive changes that I think across the board that has happened with the national organizations is the level of pro payouts,
And most
especially in the
importantly, guaranteed.
yes, the guaranteed no minimums, no sliding scale, no
Yes.
muss, no fuss. That's your payout. Um, Almost every single major organization has really stepped up with taking care of their pros and giving on and just to be quite frank, better payouts than IFBB gives for the majority of their pro shows that aren't the big three. So everybody keep that in mind as well. But the universe this year, the NGA universe, for the first time, as far as I know, ever, the payouts for the NGA universe are 1 billion% guaranteed. No
Love it.
minimums,
Right.
no sliding scale. I should have it right in front of me. I believe that what it is for the Open Pros is 2,500. I believe 1,200 and 700 or 600. I'm so sorry that I don't have it right in front of me.
No,
I
that's
should,
okay. But the
but
announcement really, the takeaway from this is that they have always been a sliding scale. I know because I was
yes,
involved in that organization and I competed in that show, and I was burnt by that, where there was a large sum of money offered. You got to read the fine print, and you realize after you step off stage and you go home and you get that check in the mail and it's not anywhere near what you expected it to be. That's really upsetting, and I experienced that. So now I love that the athletes are going to get paid what they are expecting to pay. There is no fine print. There is no guaranteed, minimum. But with that said, what does that force an organization to do? It forces
well,
them to now promote the show, right? Before we never heard
yes,
of it. But now it's going to be a show that might be more attractive to athletes because it's going to be seen. It's going to be in the forefront. They need you to come now because it's guaranteed payouts. So they need athletes to show up more than ever, right? It's not like, well, if nobody shows, it's okay because we don't need to pay. We're not going to be out of pocket, right?
exactly,
Right. So I'm really
exactly.
excited. And I've already seen posts, several actually. So that's promising. That's promising, and everybody wins.
Yes, yes, and the biggest thing is the athletes win.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
the athletes want to have, especially on the pro side, and I know we seem to be pro heavy, but there's not, there is inside college football, but there is also an NFL network. So the pros need as much shine as they can because I think we both felt in the past that the pros were just a higher entry fee and
Hmm.
thanks for competing, and that was it. And
Yeah.
I think the culture and the competition and the playing field has been leveled up substantially
Yeah.
over the last 2 years. Um, I'm going to take a little bit of credit for that. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I think I've made people step up. I think I've shaken and rattled a lot of cages. And I'm glad that it is where it's at right now.
Yeah. Yes. And I would agree with that. So, okay, so those were a couple positive changes that came out. Again, I think the athletes being heard is a big part of that. And then let's talk about, for me, live streams last year. Wow, what an improvement! Like, enjoyable, um, well done live streams. So kudos to everybody, promoters, organizations that have been putting those together and putting them out there. I buy, you know me, Darrell. Every weekend, I'm watching
We
somebody's live stream.
we buy them all.
We buy them all. We
Yep, we buy them
so
all.
yeah, and it's really helped, bring, again, it's about bringing our community together, right? You can say, to your followers on Instagram, now you're able to actually see them on show day. You're not just waiting for them to post their pictures post show. You're able to just kind of be in the moment. So thank you, everyone who has done that, and of course I'm still doing my part to continue to improve on that, in those regards. But with that said, Darrell, do you mind if I play a little clip from a live stream?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
And in the background, I just want to give a little bit of kudos and shout out and all the credit in the world because I think the one person that has upped the level of these live streams that other people are doing and what they're trying to do and what they're trying to bring to the table for the athletes and the spectators and their family members is all because of you.
Aw, thank
So
you.
without someone like you pushing the envelope that's making people want to do better and athletes demanding better, it doesn't get better. So I want to give a huge shout out to you and Subculture and what you do with live streaming. That you're the one that's helping push the needle and pushing the industry to making it better for everybody.
Thank you, Darrell. So, with that being said, I'm just going to run a little clip. This is from your show. This is straight off my YouTube channel, by the way. This was a little clip. We have Joe Lacera and Todd Rogers on the mic. So here we go. I'm just gonna run it.
website visitors bounce?
Oh, and
Stress less.
okay, so my
Convert more.
channel's monetized,
Try
so we
Hotjar.
all get to enjoy the ad.
There you go.
Sorry about that.
No, don't be sorry about that at all.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
We got a little 103 chant coming.
Wow.
Oh, man.
That made Jay smile. So
You can see that the confidence in Jay's face is very
And what a great class this was, especially and
pro bodybuilding.
the level of live streaming, the quality of the live stream really brings it home.
That's what you do.
I think we get a close up here of the backs. Let's see.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
There's Tristan.
These guys.
Hi Jay.
There's obviously Carolina, Mr. Grit, and there's me running around like a maniac.
You know, but looking at this live stream, with your production value always improving along with mine, I'm super pumped for this year. What we're going to be able to bring to the industry. Again, our streams are free, so everyone's welcome to join in and participate and watch, cheer.
Absolutely, and I as well. Already, I've got a lot of upgrades, lighting, stage, production. It's gonna be even bigger and better this year. There's Mr. James Anton. God bless him. Great competitor.
Yes.
Mr. Dr. Splits.
Yeah, he is very flexible. That man, the first time I saw him do a split, my jaw dropped.
Unnatural. It's
So
an
we
unnatural
actually
thing.
have Jay Wright watching.
What's up, Dr. J? Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, I missed his birthday. Happy late birthday. So anyway, now with that said, you guys know I went to the USBF in Minnesota. Is that where? Minnesota. That was the first time I had flew with equipment. And I just want to give you guys a little clip of that show. Man, there were some incredible athletes on that stage as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm just going to put it up here. Hopefully we don't have another commercial, but that was a modified version of my setup, right? So between your show and when I went to the USBF show, I had continued to improve my production, improve my cameras, switch out some mics, do things like that. So by the time I got there, I was working with a few upgrades, but I didn't have like all my bells and whistles, right? So by the time I get to your show in June, I just jumping out of my skin because I can't wait to put all the pieces together.
It's going to be fantastic. Innovation and evolution are two things that I hope all the athletes know that are synonymous with both you and me.
Yes, correct. This is true. So let's go here. Oh, and to remind you, this was streamed in 720, which was a last minute decision I had to make because of the Wi-Fi situation. So normally I would be in 1080, but you guys, even in 720,
It's amazing.
yeah.
These guys are hanging on. They're looking great.
The shots,
Robin.
the angles, the production. Yep,
This white
Miss
shot's
Robin.
really hard for me to do because I really like getting up and close.
I got closer to you so I can hear you.
Yeah, see, those wide angles are hard for me.
Yeah, we have a hybrid live stream set up here because Sammy Cho flew from Florida.
Yay.
So we don't have all the bells and whistles, but
Look
getting it
at
done.
this.
And I apologize. Robin, you can always pull the stream up on your phone and read some of the comments too. Yeah. Last time I looked, I think we had close to 300 people watching. So thank you guys.
Do you know that stream got over 400 people consecutively watching at one time?
Who just won the Mr. America.
Yeah, and I watched it personally, and it was amazing.
He's right there
I
in the
mean, and this is
center.
the type of angles and the footage and the type of coverage that you just
and here they are
normally
going head to
don't
head.
get
Again,
at shows, even at your season-ending shows, which is just fantastic and wonderful for the athletes and their family members.
Champion Greg there in the left in the green shorts. He won this show last year, so he is defending his title. And then we got Kent Beerley, number 118, all the way to the left in his purple trunks.
I wonder where Kent's
We'll see Kent
competing this
again
year.
in the Masters classes as well. But he
I'm
loves jumping
sure
in
we'll
here in
see
the
him on stage.
open. And
Hey, guys.
he's holding his own. His legs look amazing.
All right, let me bring you back in here.
Yeah, just amazing footage. Just great footage, great shots, great angles, fantastic athletes.
Robin, what do you think of the lighting here on this stage?
Oh, the lighting. The lighting on that stage was amazing. There was no dead spots. It was fantastic. But I just wanted to show those little clips because I am excited for this year, what's to come. Now, another question, maybe you guys watching can help. We did a little series, along with the live streaming, I like to do the podcasts. We did a little segment called the Winner's Circle last year. And we kind of started that. That was for the Florida Pro. We started that a little late in the season. But Darrell, what do you think? And what do you guys watching think? Is that something that we should start up again? Did you guys enjoy it? Did the athletes have fun? Again, it highlights the Florida Pro winners. And it's also bringing in some of the possible future champions.
Yeah, well, I think the athletes absolutely loved it because it's given the pros like a place to like tell their story and be heard and showcase, who they are and what they do and what they're about. And it wasn't just the winners of the Florida Pro; it was some athletes that competed in the Florida Pro, and like you said, some hopeful future winners. Jennifer Nutter, I know you're out there. At least I hope you are. Which did amazing. She picked up a big USBF pro win this year or last year rather. But I loved it. I love the concept. Anything that highlights the pro athletes and highlights athletes in a different light, I will never be against.
Yeah. Okay, so I think you've confirmed we should be bringing back the Winner's Circle, and I will. You and I will get together and make a short list of athletes that we can contact, and you and I are good. We always try to work around their schedules, and we'll get some. We'll get some on, and we'll get that going. And I always like to incorporate some of the footage if it is a former champion, some of the footage from the live stream last year, just to kind of bring it all together so that you can see the package. And it also brings back those warm, fuzzy feels for them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
All right. Now, let's talk about New Year's resolutions, right? You and I had a conversation about this, and mine, I got the quote, Darrell. I had to find it. So, don't let perfection be the enemy of progress.
There it is.
That is it. And that is my New Year's resolution this year. It has nothing to do with fitness or weight or anything. It has to do.
That's it.
That's it. Stop shooting myself in the foot because I'm so worried about everything being perfect that I don't do anything, that I literally become paralyzed. Is there anybody else out there like that? Darrell, are you like that at all?
I am a little bit because well, if you follow my Instagram, you'll see me delete the same post 400 times if I notice a spelling error or something doesn't look right, and then I'll read it and I'll go back and I'll go back and I'll go back and I'll go back and I'll go back. So to a certain degree, yes, I am like that a little bit, but I think that should be a lot of people's mottos. Mine is "Don't die." That's my New Year's motto, and the second part of that motto is "Don't let my wife kill me or me give her a reason to kill me."
It's a lot of death.
Yeah, it's very self-deprecating, very dark. It's a horrible place in here. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's so funny. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, so that is my New Year's resolution. So hopefully I will be putting out more content and not be so focused on it being perfect, but really just focused on it being informative, exciting, entertaining.
Yep. I see Matt, Scott, Joe. I'm just trying to scroll through the comments. Like, hello, everybody. I'm
Hey,
not trying to keep up.
let me see here. All right. So let me go back through my notes here. Oh, Darrell, are there any athletes confirmed that are not going to be competing in 2023 that are going to be cheering from the sidelines that you know of?
Okay, yes, and this should be game on for a lot of people out there. Mrs. Chance Schwartz, our two-time bikini model champ, is not going to be defending this year. She is
Okay.
going to be on the judging panel.
Okay.
So, bikini model ladies, make sure you bring it correct. I know that
Bikini
Mrs.
model.
Maribel Poucher
Ooh, yep.
is not going to be competing
Lovely.
this year. Our bikini champion, she has taken some family time off, but
Okay.
she will be awarding the crown for our 2023 Pro Bikini winner. And I think for right now, oh, hang on, here's the big one. The diva class, all you divas out there, and I'm talking about men's physique, our prior 2 years winners, Showtime, Keith McIntosh,
Oh, men's physique.
Mr. Everything, and Mr. Yorton, Marcus Harris, will not be competing this year.
So that's interesting. So those were two huge contenders, and you and I were talking about this earlier today. That a lot of people were like, "It's the Marcus and Keith show last year, right?" And honestly,
Mhm.
it kind of came down to that, didn't it?
Uh, exactly.
But
And
for good reason. They both brought incredible packages, but both of them.
well, and the great thing is that our Masters Pro winner, Mr. Desario,
Ooh,
went on to smoke everybody this year and take home the Yorton.
he sure did.
So our Masters champion is defending, and
Okay.
he is going to be in the Open.
Okay.
So if anybody wants another shot, let's go. He's going to be on stage. Let's see who can take him down.
Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, it sounds like there's going to be quite a few titles up for grabs, and um, with that being said, it is the beginning of the year. What are we doing? A lot of us are just getting through the holidays, taking breaks. What are we seeing? Posing clinics, posing clinics, posing clinics. I'm seeing them posted every day
Mhm.
all over the country. Are you going to be personally hosting any posing clinics?
Right now, I do not have any posing clinics scheduled specifically for the Florida State Natural Championships or the Florida Pro. I will be at the majority of all the Florida clinics. I will be at the clinic for the Showtime Classic that Keith and Stoney are holding on the 29th of January.
Okay.
But I was just going to kind of throw this out there. The only thing that I may be interested in this year, if anybody is interested in doing it again, is 2 years ago we did an online posing symposium
We
with
did.
Subculture and Sammy Joe.
Yes.
That would be something that I would be interested in participating again. And if that's something that that there's a desire for, and that the athletes would like, I would be 100% in.
Yeah, yeah. We had that was a trial thing that we had put together. We had bounced ideas around amongst each other, and honestly, it didn't have a ton of exposure because we did have it behind a paywall, which we probably wouldn't do again. The
Mm.
paywall back in the day was always my comfort zone. Like, I knew I wouldn't have a lot of eyes on me. It was when I was still growing and still getting
Hmm.
confident with what I was doing. So with that said, it would probably be something we could open up for free. But yeah, the way it works, because you're like, how could you do that online? All of our coaches had microphones, right? And
Yep.
yeah, so we had floating cameras going around, and we were kind of peeking in. It was almost like you were there, kind of peeking in and listening to the coaches as they were talking. And then there was also a microphone if the athletes had questions. So you were really able to hear what was going on and see what was going on. And then, of course, with the comments, with live comments coming in, you could even ask these
You could address it
coaches.
in real time.
Yeah,
You could
in real
address it in
time.
real time.
So
And that's one thing that I love about us. But both you and me, at least that's what I try to do, is be an industry leader, be innovative, do things that other people aren't doing, push the envelope, and make everybody else be better.
correct.
So, like I said, if that's something that there is a need or a want for, I would totally be up for it again.
All right.
Let's just see what everybody has to say.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of feedback we get from that and if there's some interest. Yeah, all right, cool. And we have Alec watching. He won. Didn't he win down there at the Universe this year?
Mr. Universe Bodybuilding. Yes, he did. And he is already registered this year.
Awesome.
So we've got the NGA Mr. Universe already on stage. Let's see who's going to come up and try to take him down.
Oh man, he really just blew me away last year when I first saw him step on stage. So I'm excited to see what 2023 brings for him. Okay, so let me go back through my notes here. I think we covered everything, Darrell. And I want to thank you for coming on here and kind of kicking off the new year.
Absolutely.
You don't really take a break with your content.
Yeah, I know.
But I did, and I will be getting, I will be diligent. I will be posting on the Subculture Live platforms. That includes Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And, all three of those platforms are very different. So it's different content on each one of them. But, so help me build my analytics back up, guys. Like and share and comment on some of my Instagram posts because
Absolutely.
Taking a break, it was a little hit.
Everybody still knows who you are. Now you're back in the mix.
Hey, we got Todd Rogers.
Oh, Todd, there you go, big guy. How you doing? Congratulations on the Onyx.
Big things happening for him over there this year. So we're going to be following along with that and supporting Todd. He's kind of broke away and started his own thing. And
absolutely. And one other bit of good news that is about 90% right now. I know 2 years ago, we had the smartest man in the house, Mr. John Romano.
Yes.
That was on the mic with us. If you don't know who John Romano is, you very much should. You should follow Dragon Slayer Media. He is coming down with his lovely wife again, and hopefully going to be on the mic with you, Sammy. So they're about, I think 90%, but that will be a fantastic, another get this year. And just to shamelessly plug me again, because, I'm a promotion whore. With our upgraded championship rings that we have this year, the way that I go about my championship rings, the same ring is fantastic, but every Super Bowl ring is different. So this year we have a brand new championship ring for every single pro class winner. And another announcement that may or may not have gotten under the lead is we are officially doing pro women's physique this year for the first time.
Ooh, very nice.
So we now have pro women's physique that is being offered. We had such a demand for it after the last 2 years, which we did not have previously. We are now offering pro women's physique. So all of you alternate organizations that we now are recognizing that have bodybuilding.
Exactly.
Or physique competitors, please come on down, compete with the best of the best. And we're just very excited it's put on a fantastic show for the athletes. Just make sure that we're treating the amateurs and the athletes, the amateurs and the pros rather, the way that they deserve to be treated, that their entry fee is not just another number on the card. You actually get something for what you pay for. You get an experience, you get amenities, you get awards, you get bennies. It's just all about the athletes, and especially I have to mention that Pro Masters, which is mine and my wife's little niche because we're both pro masters athletes also. The
Correct.
masters get paid the same as the open pros.
Love it.
So all 10 divisions are guaranteed. The open pros are paid the same as the masters pros. And we had just about as many masters pros competing last year as open pros. So I'm hoping to continue the trend and just make sure that we're inclusive out there, that we have 10 full divisions, not one, not two, not three. We have 10 full pro guaranteed payout masters divisions
Oh, wait,
at
we
the
got
Florida Pro.
We got some good comments coming in. Okay, so Alex said he would love to participate or see a live stream as far as like a posing clinic go up. So thank you for that. So Carrie Permit Fitness said, surprise.
Hey, Carrie.
Let's talk about the T-Walk, Darrell, because
Mr. Malik.
You know how I feel about the T-Walk. I have done Instagram lives. I have done rants. I have done posts. I have done surveys. I am anti-T-Walk. Let's talk about why.
There will be some major changes for the Florida Pro and possibly for the Florida State Natural Amateur Championships. Because of the number of athletes that will be competing, and that I want to make sure that the athletes get the maximum amount of time on stage possible, and the best photographs, and the best video, and the best promotion of the physiques that they put on stage. I will go ahead and put that out right now. We are not doing T-walks. We are going to be doing a modified, you can call it an I walk, you can call it a walk out and come forward, but you are going to have a box that you can operate within.
Right. So
and
you will have fun.
You will still have your full allotted amount of time to do your routines, but you will have every single picture perfect. It will not be off lighting. It will not be off stage.
And
it will not be, it's so important for athletes to have those memories.
It is. And let me just stop you for a second. And I have proof of this. It's not that your lighting wasn't fantastic or even across the stage. The problem with the T-walk is people get nervous. And I literally have video of people walking off stage, literally into the wings, into the darkness, not even on the stage. And they just don't know. They're not aware. They don't have like that spatial awareness.
Spatial awareness.
Because they're so freaked out and they're so nervous. So we need to keep them in the center.
Well, yes. And it's a better presentation for them also.
It is. Because what is today all about? If you want to market yourself, you want to market your brand, what is it all about?
You.
Social media. It's all about social media. And you guys, the T-walk, you will get better photos, you will get better video, better live stream. Everything will be better if you guys are sort of centrally located.
Oh, and you can still have, and you will still have all your time, your individuality. You will have everything still available, and this will be all like put out. It will be highlighted. It will be structured. It will be everything. You will know every single thing before you get there, and it will be gone over again once you get there. It will be nothing major. It will be nothing out of so far out of the ordinary that you will be freaked out.
Right.
It will just be so much of a better experience for the athlete, the spectator, and the viewer at home.
Yes. When I presented this to Darrell, when I kind of suggested this to you, I wasn't sure which way you would go with it, but I'm telling you, I think everyone will be happier in the end. But with that said, I still encourage. I had one competitor when I did my survey. She's like, "Well, the pictures that the photographer gets of me on the side, walking or side stage are always my favorites." Okay, that's awesome. But my recommendation for the athletes is schedule a photo shoot. Yes, get those kind of lifestyle movement photos. Schedule a photo shoot. That should always be part of your budget. Stage photos and then
especially
another shoot after or before.
especially if you're a pro athlete.
Yes. Yes.
And the good news is, this will be very quick. We do have Greg Diesel Wallach as our official stage photographer this year. And he will also be doing those fantastic backstage forward shots that he did last year, in addition to your normal stage presentation shots. He's doing both of those as part of your photo package. So that's one thing that Greg is doing. We have
Yes.
Revo magazine coming back this year that is going to be still offering one athlete. It can be either pro or amateur that will get the cover of Revo magazine from the Florida State Natural Championships, or the NGA Florida Pro. And for the first time, we are actually going to have Paraday Photo.
Okay. Tell me
And
about
if
that.
you're a fan of high quality photo shoot photography, Paraday Photo, and I don't like talking about the IFBB or the
That's
like other
okay.
organizations, but he shoots the best of the best. He shoots IFBB pros. He shoots Olympians. He shoots every single major bodybuilding and fitness competitor on the planet. And he has been in every single major photo shoot for bikini, for fitness, for bodybuilding, for men's physique. We actually have Paraday Photo coming
Okay.
this year. That's going to be
Awesome.
available for photo shoots. I've already put a little bit out. I'm going to be putting more out about them. A fantastic opportunity for the athletes to get some of those memorable lifetime photo shoots, as well as with Revo and their photo shoots, and the opportunity to be on the cover of their magazine. But my focus is always, I want to give as much as I possibly can as options for the athletes to
Hmm.
give them the best possible experience.
Yes,
So
and take advantage of it.
we're putting Greg Wallach, Greg Diesel is our stage photographer. We have Revo coming back, and we're also having, as an addition this year, Paraday Photo. Pull them up on IG, Paraday Photo.
Good.
His shoots are amazing.
Good, good, good. Well, like I said, pro athletes, amateur athletes, definitely take advantage of those side photo shoots. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful property there as well. And like Holly's pictures, she was like, what do they call it? Crane's Roost across the street from the
Hmm.
hotel. Gorgeous area. So yeah,
Yep.
plenty of photo opportunities, and the weather is usually cooperating that time of year. So all good stuff.
Yes. Very, very, very hot and clear,
Yes.
with one single rainstorm at 2:30 every day
That's right.
in Florida.
That's right. So today's episode was awesome. I wanted to make sure we wished everybody a happy new year. We talked about some new developments with the NGA now bringing on wellness, with
Yes.
the coveted back pose that all the girls like, which is the hands on the thigh, right? In the back
Yes.
pose versus our one hand on the hip that our bikini girls must do.
Yep.
And then we
Absolutely.
also you're able to accept some new pros, ANBF, USBF, and GBO Naturals on a 1-year
Yes.
trial. And just they need to have met the qualifications that are going to be outlined in the bylaws, which is another thing I wanted to remind everybody. Check your bylaws. If you're going to be competing in an
Yes.
organization, just
Yes.
quickly glance over the bylaws, because every organization did make changes this year. And positive stuff last year. I think it's going to roll over into this year all around in our sport. And then, yeah. And guys, the takeaway, don't let perfection be the enemy of progress.
Love it.
That's
We were trying to figure that out earlier today. I misquoted it so poorly
so did I.
that I'm glad you looked that up.
That is our takeaway. Just especially if you and if there's anybody still watching, this is something I wanted to throw up here. I am looking for somebody that is excited about creating a segment. It can be anything you want. It can change weekly, but something that you own, that you're responsible for putting together and creating. I will walk you through it. I will help beef it up. I will do some editing. I will add some overlays. I can make pretty much anything look pretty, but I wanted to have an athlete or two, if you're interested, to participate in Subculture Live. Today was a little different. It was just kind of an introductory to the new year. But moving forward, the show is going to be a little shorter and it's going to be broken up
Yes.
into segments. And I wanted to offer this opportunity to somebody that might be interested in being part of the podcast. And you'd kind of own your own little segment within Subculture Live. You could cover health, nutrition, anything that belongs within our industry, and to talk about it, or you can do highlights. You can, whatever it is that you think that you're good at, or that something you've been thinking about doing. Let me help you polish it up, and it can be one of our segments in the show.
Kind of like your on the spot roving reporter.
Yeah. Now that would ultimately be where I would love to go if I could truly what's the word my husband always uses? Not expand.
Scale.
Scale. That's his favorite word. If I could truly scale Subculture
I know
Live.
Lee. I know Lee.
You do. That would be ideal, as if I could, I'm almost to the point where I could divide my setup, and actually I could have another person doing streams or doing interviews of things of that nature, which again, I'm going to be looking for volunteers for Darrell's show as well. I'm going to need people to be doing interviews. We're going to break up the press conference a little differently so that we can make it a little more personal, and we can I just have some really fun ideas, but I'm going to need volunteers for that.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. But
awesome.
I see Richard Silverberg is watching, and he did say, get this out to gyms, get this out to all the newspapers in like some type of press release. I think that's a great idea because, exposure, right? And your show grows every year, and I don't expect anything less this year.
Well, we're anticipating. We had 127 athletes last year. We were up 25%, and we're expecting 180 plus athletes this year.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, it should be awesome. And the good thing is that we're hopefully only looking to bring bigger and better things for the athletes, the athlete experience. And there's way more down the pike coming for upgrades and info.
Yes. Oh, and I have a little surprise. I didn't want to mention it tonight, but I will. This is the end. Nobody's probably watching. This Subculture is going to have these little black cases. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them yet, but there's going to be 6 of them. And maybe, well, if you're adding, maybe 7. And somebody is going to win a nice fat check, courtesy of Subculture.
Oh, dear.
But we're going to have some fun. And we're going to have some fancy black cases.
Oh,
I don't know.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm still brainstorming. But this is going to be a Florida Pro exclusive.
Oh, love it. Love it. Love it.
I was holding out on you, Darrell.
No, I love it, Sammy. I love it.
I mean, how fun is that black case?
That's pretty cool.
They're fun.
I'm not gonna lie. That's fun.
Yeah, those are fun.
That's fun.
Oh yes, expand the audience and attendance. Yes. So Richard, those are good ideas because it's all about. Yeah, and Darrell's good at that, bringing people in, expanding your audience, and he's great at making sure that his vendors are taken care of as well. And we'll get into all those details later.
We're gonna have live local TV coverage this year. Yeah. We're gonna be in the papers. We've got all that lined up. That's for many more episodes down the road. We got time. Just get registered, people. It's gonna be the show that you really don't want to miss. Yeah. And that's not hyperbole. Yes. Just reach out to athletes, reach out to people that have been there, reach out to athletes that have competed before. It gets better every year, and this year's going to be even better than last year. And me and Holly are just super honored that you've blessed us to compete in our event.
Yes. Yeah, thank everybody I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. Whoever tuned in, we had lots of comments, lots of interaction. That's what I love about this live platform. And if you guys are interested in having a segment in my Subculture Live, let me know, and I will help you and walk you through it and polish it up. And it will be yours. When I say it's yours, that means I will break it off, and that's something that you can share on your social media as well, just your little segment. So we'll make it, give you ownership of it. Make sure you have fun with it. But Darrell, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We still need to have our Happy New Year dinner, me, my husband,
Yes.
and you and Holly. That's going to be coming up soon. After
And
I
your
go,
man-child.
Yeah, and the man-child. Yes. And yeah, so that's it. So everybody stay tuned in to the platforms. I'm going to have lots of content coming out, and make sure you check out the Mr. America podcast. That's going to be, I think, airing like every 2 weeks. That's going to have a lot of industry updates and information. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Sammy, thank you for having me on. And if you think that was it, everybody, you need to stay tuned.
We're just
There is
scratching the surface.
way more coming down the line for upgrades, awards. You just you name it. We're gonna cut it off right here because we're going long. But
Yes.
if you think that's it, you haven't seen anything yet.
Yep. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
We'll be right back.